Hey, all you pilgrims on the Ascension journey. Hey, I just got back from a long bike ride stopping here in the park, Southern Oregon. Travis Carper, Ascension Health Coach. Haven't been made a video in a while, but because of the winter and taking care of things and having the workshops. They're going really good, taking all of this information and taking it into the classroom, right? And then people can discuss, and then we can find out where everybody's at, and hopefully give them some tools and some tips, on all the different health, right? Your emotional health, especially, because that's going to be a big one. Biological body health. There's a lot of nutrition that we do in the workshop and everything. Anyhow, and the spiritual aspects, right? You get into the we do the metaphysical, we do the spiritual, and then we use that nomenclature, we use that descriptions, and then I also use, of course, all the different science descriptions, right? We get into a little bit of cosmology, space weather, particle physics, astroparticle physics, right? Yeah. So anyways, the bike ride. So anyways, I wanted to read, because I'm kind of behind on, I've been writing and researching and studying, of course, all winter, like I usually do. So I want to get into one of the blogs that I wrote, the omegas. Let's talk a little bit about the omegas and the pliability, the fluidity, keeping the brain into, the soft tissue and keeping it really, I don't know what the word is for it, keeping it, the essential fatty acids, keeping it going, man, keeping it pliable, keeping it, there's a word there. Anyways, let's just read from Alchemical Wizard 30, the omegas. There are really only two essential fatty acids, alpha linolenic acid, one of the many omega-3 fatty acids, and linoleic acid, one of many omega-6 fatty acids. The biological body can convert these two essential fatty acids into all the other fatty acids the body needs, but our biological body is not always able to do this adequately for optimum health. For this reason, a wide variety of healthy fats are essential for optimum health. When our diet is lacking in these oils, or when we are making too few long-chain omega-3s, our biological body makes do with whatever is available. We end up using saturated fatty acids and harmful trans fats, right? In cellular processes. The fatty acids created are less flexible, which reduces the elasticity. Elasticity. That's what I wanted to say. That was the word. Of the artery walls and the speed at which messages are passed between nerve cells in the brain. So, yeah. So you want to get those things firing better, right? So yeah, of course, the nutrients, right? And everybody's getting into the medium chain triglycerides, right? Like coconut oil, avocado oil, all of these, that you'd usually find in like the tropical and the Mediterranean diet. And now that the keto diet's really popular, which is a great thing that it's popular, and I do it. I've done it on and off my whole life, and without even knowing that the word, ketosis, or even, because I intermittent fasting, I even did the water fasting like I told you about in '89, up on a mountain without even knowing about all of this information. It was just an inherent thing to do. But so that's why we're trying to that's why you're seeing the trends too, right? You're seeing all the trends like the keto diet, you're seeing intermittent fasting, all of these things, because we're getting into the epigenetic health of how the mitochondrial biogenesis, like it's recreating itself, or you want because all of your cells in your body within like a year renew themselves if you have the right nutrition and stuff, right? And we're going to get into that too. I'm writing a new, autophagy, right? We're getting into that too. So we'll get into that about 4 videos later. Anyways, all right. So why am I bringing this up for our Ascension health, the omegas, right? Many of us are starting to eat more plant-based diets and vegan. Most of our diets have enough omega-6s and 9s unless we are eating a good Mediterranean diet. Consider that we need good brain functions to be able to use our discernment and cognitive skills. This is where these omegas come in. And I know if you have like me, having essential omegas in balance is crucial in optimizing our avatars, right? Our biological body. You get this optimized, and that's why we talk about nutrition a lot, or kind of like, you know how the Buddhists, Tibetan Buddhists eat? They eat that one meal between like 2 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's vegan, right? And then they do kind of an intermittent fast. And it helps the body regenerate, right? Your cells can regenerate. That's why it's so important to get the good nutrients and then let your body do its work, right? When you're sleeping and it regenerates itself. And then the microorganisms and the cells and the mitochondria can take out all the toxins and out all the other garbage, right? And eat the old, the cells that are damaged, and then you can, flush all of that out of your system. So yeah, it's good to look into the different oils and stuff. So the omegas, right? Okay, so let's move on. So keeping that healthy so that when your biological body is healthy, you can be out in nature with your shoes off and you can meditate, and that will help your etheric, your Merkaba, your field, your biofield physiology, your overall biofield physiology, and then the fields connect to our, all these different terms that I use. Morphogenetic fields, your biofield, right, connects to the tree biofield, Gaia's biofield. We've already talked about all that. It's just a healthy thing to keep care of your biological body, so that when you do your spiritual work, you do your emotional work, it's less toxic, right? So that your brain can function better, right? I'm always talking about critical thinking and free thinking, right? And trying to get away from all not get away, because you'll have your social conditioning in there, but you can reprogram yourself with new reprogramming. That's why you get away from the television. You get away from some of that stuff, and you have, let's say, a cool book that you like, a self-help book, right? And you read it, and you start reprogramming. So reprogram this water, right? Because your avatar is more than 70% water, with microorganisms held together by an electromagnetic field. Moving on. Omega-3s are a type of polyunsaturated fat. They're deemed essential fatty acids because they're necessary for health, but cannot be made by our biological body. Thus, we must get them from our diet. Rather than being stored and used for energy, they play important roles in many bodily processes, including inflammation, heart health, brain function. Omega-3 deficiency is associated with impaired cognitive ability, depression, heart disease, arthritis, and many other health problems. So keeping omega-3 369 Tesla ratio in balance is important for overall health, right? So you get your biological body healthy, and then you can get your chakras and your meditation, get your chakras lined up, get your fascia tissue, right? You get all of this working, and you sit up straight, meditate. Ooh, I feel the cognitive ability coming in right now. I can hear an expanded consciousness talking to me. It might sound foo-foo to some who's ever watching this video, but this is once you start meditating and listening to your inner self, the universe is within you, of course, right? You know, you are source, so you can hear more clarity, right? The attributes of what they call in spirituality the mother, father, God, right? Or the feminine and masculine. So you can hear more of that. So health, man. Yeah. The omegas. All right. So omega-3 fatty acids are essential fats that have numerous health benefits. However, not all omega-3s are created equal. Among 11 types, the 3 most important are ALA, alpha-linoleic acid, EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. ALA is mostly found in plants, while EPA and DHA are found in animal foods like fatty fish and microalgae. I can't stress that enough. I've talked about the aquacuticles and microalgae, spirulina, cracked cell wall chlorella. We've got right over here in Southern Oregon, we've got the Klamath blue-green algae too, which you can find in JT's tip here. There is a GT's kombucha that actually has all 3 of those microalgae, blue-green algae are in them, right? And plus it's got some great soil-based organisms in the kombucha itself. Recommendation. Or make it yourself, right? Always make it yourself. Grow a garden if you can. That's where it's at. Go foraging for wild foods because you're going to get the bacteria. When you go pick an apple off of a tree, you're going to get whatever bacteria is on there too, right? That's why they combine those soil-based proteins. When you go and you're buying, I know we're off topic here, but maybe this is more important. When you go, because the supplements too, you have to really read the labels, but notice the supplements when you go buy the spore probiotics or the soil-based organisms, right? That have the bacillus chains, right? They're usually combined with a fruit, right? Or something similar to it. And there's a reason, because they stack them, right? Stacking in biohacking, in not natural biohacking, out in nature, when we're just going to pick a mushroom off of the ground, right, or a tree, it has some bacteria on it, or the fruit does, right? Okay, let's get back to this. Oh my goodness. ALA is considered an essential fatty acid because it is required for human health, but cannot be synthesized by humans. So it is, in fact, a plant-derived fatty acid. Humans can synthesize other omega-3 fatty acids from ALA, including EPA and DHA. Okay, so all vegan, vegetarian DHA, EPA supplements are derived from algae instead of fish or krill, while research on algae oil supplementation, this is important because I've done a little bit of the research on this, because some of the vegetarian, because I mostly eat vegan, right? Unless I'm having a month or a day in a month where my body is telling me, go to the farmer and buy some, pasture eggs, because there's something you're lacking, right? And then I'll go do that. And so that day I'm doing an ovo-lacto-vegetarian diet or something, because I also bought some raw milk cheese or something, and there's great enzymes in that for me, for my body. That's all I'm just saying. So all of this is just suggestions, right? I'm just telling you, for me and other people, like clients or friends and family, right, that are utilizing some of these nutritional suggestions. Okay, so where was I? Oh my gosh. Oh, the algal, right. The algal I wanted to talk about because I'm doing in the research, when they're growing the algae, sometimes they're using the Bayer, the Monsanto corn syrup to feed the algae. So you got to even dig a little bit deeper. Some of the companies don't even know what they're using. Okay, I won't tell you who, but you know, let's do our own research. My suggestion is always to do your own research and everything, okay? So, where were we? Humans that synthesize, subsequent health benefits are compatible to those of fish and, the microalgae. Usually it's completely natural and original source of DHA and EPA, except when the algal that is being grown is being fed GMO corn syrup. Okay, but there are environmental benefits to choosing algal oil, like over the fishing, catching fish at rates higher than fish can reproduce. That negatively affects ocean food chains. Negatively avoids, affects ocean food chains, increases global food insecurity, and destroys coral reefs. Suffice to say, algal-based DHA and EPA supplements are a much more sustainable choice than fish-based supplements. Plus, they're finding out all these different things that you're not really getting the fish, because they're utilizing the guts, really, is when in the supplement companies, what they do is they say it might be, let's say you get cod liver oil from Norway or something, but usually it's the guts that they ship from around South America or something. So you really have to do your research, guys, you know? So that's why the trend is more towards a vegan type of diet, you know, plants that you can see, because you can go to the farmers markets or grow your own garden and you know what you're getting, right? And plus you're buying local, what's in your area, and we don't do that enough, right? And we're not eating, like what I do is I forage a lot when the berries around here in Southern Oregon in that time frame, right? Or September and October, for 2 months, I am putting those berries in my smoothies, because here's why. Because of the antioxidants, but during the winter, you're storing that up just like a bear would, just like nature, right? They would store all those antioxidants in this biological body for the winter time. So seasonally, you're eating seasonally too. We don't eat that way anymore, but there's a reason why we should, right? Because for 2 months I'm putting all that in my smoothies, and then during the winter my T cells and it's helping boost my immunity, right? And it's gotten rid of a bunch of toxins, and you know, those are for later. I mean, that other video about autophagy. Anyways, okay, where were we? Whew, a lot of info, I know. Every cell in our biological body is surrounded by essential fatty acids, EPA and DHA. These fatty acids support our hearts and brains and allow the body's hormones to communicate messages to the cells, right? For an example, we eat a meal high in carbohydrates or sugars, our body produces insulin to corral the sugars and drive it into the cells and get it out to the blood. Now, with omega-3s in abundance, this would be an easy cleanup process. Without them, the process would be slowed down radically. So if you're having like all these sugars and carbohydrates in your bloodstream and stuff, and then you don't have the proper amount of omegas to dispose of them, right? To process them, to do the cleanup. So that's why it's really cool to do like the keto diet. If you have to, for me, I don't have to follow like strict, you know, oh, I've got to do a keto diet and I've got to do my body. I listen to my body and it usually tells me. So like last night I did my raw apple cider vinegar, my turmeric drink that I make. There's more in it, but I drink that, and then I don't eat until, in fact, I've only had my tea today so far, and then I'll probably eat. But the other day I ate, you know, maybe a couple of times during the day, during my 8-hour period anyways. And then I felt like, man, there's a lot of fiber in there because, you know, your stool comes out, you know, you've got quite a bit of extra stuff, right? So you're you don't have to go every day because that's just extra fiber that you have inside your guts. So why not get rid of it and flush this thing out and get a nice, get your biofilm that's lining your intestinal walls like nice and clear and ready for other nutrients. Moving on, let's just take a look at extra virgin olive oil for a moment. Evo, right? Contains a small amount of omega-6s and omega-3 fatty acids and contains polyphenols, which are a form of antioxidant. Polyphenols, that's what I was talking about the berries too. I had a whole bunch of those in for 2 months, so November and December and January, when the other viruses come down to the planet, because in the winter, right, when it snows or it rains, right, and then all the mutational viruses that you've ever had are up in the atmosphere and they come back down to the ground, and then you catch a cold or a flu, your body is prepared for it. It's already made natural antibiotics for it. Instead of getting vaccinated for one of these things, what you want to do, my suggestion, is to create an environment inside your body, an oxidated, super oxygenated body full of massive great T cells that will fight off any new virus, because your body inside already is holding all the colds, all the flus, all of these viruses that you've already had inside your body, but you've made antibodies for them, right? And so that's what you want to do in a health way, in the holistic health way. You would naturally produce that. So that's another suggestion, okay? To go about it to just be healthy, right? And create your own environment inside your biological body where these won't affect you as bad. Or if you do get it, then you will you'll do all these healthy things to produce your own antibodies. Okay, polyphenols fight off oxidative stress that can accelerate aging. Evo contains a phenol called oleocanthal, which has anti-inflammatory properties similar to NSAID class synthesized drug ibuprofen. So see how this works? Like the anti-inflammatory drug that the pharmaceutical companies sell you is ibuprofen, when you can actually just naturally cook with some olive oil, some extra virgin olive oil, right? Get these other natural foods. So yes, you have to spend more time at home cooking, I'm sorry, or eating raw foods, right? Which is the greatest, and that's why we all do smoothies. You know, I make the superfood smoothie. I make a yellow one. I'm the turmeric and the pineapple and stuff like that for anti-inflammatory. I make the green one, right, with the more kale or the shards or the green leaves, right, and the spirulinas and the microalgae. And then I make a red one, right, with the berries and the blueberries and the acai berry or what, you know, and beets. And then you make one of those. You know, mix it up, man. And then once in a while, and then what I do is I just cook a little bit in a wok or something, because the vegetables will be crisper and they'll hold more enzymes and they'll hold more nutrition, right? With a quinoa or your favorite wild, crazy heirloom rice, you know. If you can get heirloom foods and go beyond organic too, right? That's why you want to do the farmers markets. So instead of, you know, right there it is. The anti-inflammatory acts just like it, right? Because they synthesize everything from nature and they just sell it to you. That's all it is, right? We've already talked about that. We've already talked about bear synthesizing the willow bark tree, right? and selling you aspirin, okay? I just personally just go and take some willow bark. Actually works even better for me, for my body. I don't know, you know, test it out, guys. Test it out, suggestion. These run so long. Now I am mostly plant-based and vegan, so I buy organic extra virgin olive oil and organic unrefined virgin coconut oil. Did I talk about omega-7 and omega-9 fatty acids are monosaturated fats and are found in almonds, hazelnuts, avocado, and olive oil. Eating monosaturated fats like omega-7s and omega-9s help your cholesterol. These fats are metabolized in a way that lowers the LDL, low density lipoprotein, bad cholesterol, but not the HDL, high density lipoprotein, good cholesterol. A diet high in monosaturated fats can help protect your heart as well as reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes, atherosclerosis, arthritis and osteoporosis, all that. High blood pressure and stroke. Okay, now, talked about that. When you pop your organic heirloom corn seeds or sorghum or amaranth seeds in organic unrefined virgin coconut oil, you don't have to use butter because it comes out really quite good. That's a tip, I guess. I don't know. I get all kinds of different other seeds too to pop, you know, right? Get these heirloom seeds instead of, or organic corn, or I've even bought like red, like heirloom corn, maize, like Aztec maize, right? Oh my gosh, and they pop really smaller and white, and then you pop them with the extra virgin coconut oil, and you don't have to butter nothing. And then you use some like Himalayan pink salt or some other kind of cool Dead Sea salt or something on your pop. Ooh. Anyways, yummy. Okay, we're still on. Cold pressed flaxseed oil. I have that too. I've been getting into, it's kind of a real, that cold pressed hemp seed oil too. And I've been adding that a little bit on the salads. It's a little bit more pungent, the hemp seed oil, but you can get the cold pressed hemp seed oil and the cold pressed flaxseed oil. Those two for your salad, for, I'll use a little bit of that if I do make an open-faced raw food sandwich kind of thing is what I make, and I'm, all the different vegetables on it and stuff. And I'll get like the Ezekiel bread, or I'll just put it on like a rice cake or something like that, right? So I make these, and then I put the oils on it, and then I put some like really nice old balsamic vinegar on that too, on my I'm starting to make myself hungry. Let's move on. Also organic pressed, okay, rapeseed oil and sesame oil for the stir fries and salads, yum. Also buy organic spirulina, craxel, chlorella, calamus, blue, green algae, and nori. I have all the seeds and nuts too that you get the omegas. I not only like the trail mix, but my own version of I make my own Northwest muesli mix cereal too. Like if I feel like I need that, like with the extra fiber and maybe the protein from the organic oats and stuff, and then all the seeds I put in it and stuff. So hemp hold seeds and pumpkin seeds in it too, right? You get all those different omegas. My point here is making sure that we are sufficiently getting our balance of omega-3s and omega-6s for our endocrine, nervous, and immune systems, okay guys? Right? Let's get a sufficient amount of that so that we can be pliable up there in our brain cells. And for the messengers, right, that are moving around, right? I know the electrical too for the fascia and the myophagia tissue, and for the hormone messengers, right? Okay, so cosmic rays. Okay, so we know how the cosmic rays, right, can stress our endocrine and nervous systems and play havoc on our immune system. So my hope is that we remember that food is medicine, and keeping a high vibration during these linear times can be our keys to an easier ascension transitional doorway, okay? And then there's a list there too of some different things. So you can go on the website, the 3decrees.org website, and just read all the different blogs, man. There's some, you know, just to trigger your memory and just like, oh yeah, maybe, and then write down on your list, I'm going to the store, I'm going to the natural grocers, I'm going to the co-op, I'm going to, you know, one of your cool health food stores, Trader Joe's, you know, wherever you go. And then, you know, helpfully, you know, so take a look at those too. Plus the videos. You know, some people like the video with the computer voice. Boom, it's done. Instead of off on all my tangents or these. Anyways, that's what I wanted to say. It was a lot. I have to usually try to talk fast, so I can try to make these smaller. But yeah, so there's some energies coming in. The air showers, the ionized particles that will be coming in more so, I believe, through my meditations, will be in the middle of February. And then it's gearing up too for some more probably this spring. So get ready for that. You know, keep your emotional body healthy, keep your spiritual body healthy by doing some indoors. When I'm doing my yin yoga. This is what I do: yin yoga, and then I do my body weight training every other day, and then usually that day that I'm kind of fasting more is usually a really good day for a longer meditation. So sometimes I'm in almost an hour's worth of meditation, right? So can't stress that enough. It's good for your biological body. It's good for your light body or your biofield physiology, meditation. It's good for your emotional body. So that's just added. Good for the circadian rhythm. My shoes are off, and even if I'm inside, well, that wood goes through and it touches Gaia, and Gaia's circadian rhythm is connected to the cosmic clock or the cosmic rhythm, right? The cosmic circadian rhythm. So you're getting those vibes, you're connecting to all those fields, the morphogenetic fields, the biofields, you know, the different descriptions. You're connecting to it, right? And then hopefully hopefully what happens is it triggers your higher consciousness or your higher self, right? You're incorporating more of that. You're expanding your consciousness, and then that becomes your guided meditation. Yourself. You start guiding yourself. Instead of, you don't even have to listen to a YouTube guided one. Anyways, or I mean, those are great too. And the Seraphagio frequencies, don't forget about those too. You know, those were great for me years ago. You know, finding those all over and utilizing those. I still use like the binaural beats and the Seraphagio frequencies. I'm up past the master one, the 1100 hertz one. Those are usually the ones I listen to now. Or I do the one that starts off with the root chakra. It starts at like 400 and, you know, whatever that hertz, and it moves, and it gives it, and it's like a 30-minute one. That one's really cool to run through. Or is it a 20-some minute or a 30-minute? This is getting long. Blessings, everyone. Stay hydrated with structured water. Structured water. Get that into your system first. Don't do there's the reverse osmosis is reversing what happens usually in nature. You don't want to reverse it. You want to vortex it. You want to structure it. You want to swirl it, just like your Kundalini awakening or your chakras spinning in the right spin, clockwise, right? Like the fractals, like the galaxy, how the galaxy spins. How does the solar system spin? How does the right? You want to vortex and structure your water. We've already talked about it. Stay hydrated with structured water, my friends. And we are sovereign, and we are freeing ourselves right now. There's all kinds of good things going on. You just have to dig and research and stuff, just like we do with the holistic health tools and techniques, and all the old ones that are coming back, right? The ancient nutrition and the ancient Chinese medicine and ancient, Ayurvedic You know, all of these things are going to get popular. So incorporate what you can, incorporate little pieces, you know. That's what I'm still incorporating even more, right? As I'm going. So I have certain things that I do, but I'm also always learning. I'm like, "Oh, there's another position, there's another yin yoga. I'm adding that to my routine. Oh, I'm adding that nutritional thing to my routine. Oh, you know, of course." All right. That's it. That's all I want to say. It's probably too dark. Arrivederci.